In the hallowed halls of the Academy Library, a recap was in order. Princess Alexia had previously summoned a Dyufufu, which is to say, the spirit of the restricted tomes. She and her companion, Claire Kagenoh, now stood before this glowing entity, having made their request. The spirit, chuckling to itself, informed them that translation services were not yet available. Alexia, a woman of little patience, demanded to know why. The spirit, who apparently went by Mr. Dyufufu, explained the basic principles of capitalism. Work requires compensation. It had yet to hear the magic words from the black-haired girl, and it certainly wasn't about to be exploited. Claire found this logic to be utterly ridiculous. When the spirit's demand became clear that Claire must perform the same embarrassing act Alexia had, she was horrified. She would rather die. Alexia, however, was far more pragmatic. She insisted that great truths require great personal sacrifice, though Claire countered with the equally valid option of simply burning the entire forbidden library to the ground. Seeing her friend's resolve wavering, Alexia pressed on, warning that the spirit was getting bored. Claire was in agony. Alexia then played her trump card. This was all to protect Claire's brother. The mere mention of her beloved Sid was enough. A fire ignited in Claire's eyes. For him, she would do anything. She had made up her mind. After all, if she couldn't handle a little public humiliation, how could she ever face him again? With the conviction of a martyr, Claire struck a pose, formed a heart with her hands, and belt out the magical, mortifying chant. The spirit and Alexia watched her performance in stunned silence. Giving her a passing grade for her charming shyness, but docking points for a monotonous delivery, the spirit agreed to fulfill its end of the deal. Claire, recovering from her shame, demanded it get on with it. The spirit obliged, opening the ancient tome to reveal a short passage about the demon Diabolos. The book told a tale of a hero who fought Diabolos in this very land, severing his right arm in the process. That arm was then sealed away, hidden somewhere nearby. The implication was staggering. Diabolos's arm was somewhere within the academy itself. The book, unfortunately, was vague on the specifics, only mentioning it was hidden in ruins somewhere underground on academy grounds. Alexia deduced that this must be the Diabolos Cult's goal. They were kidnapping students to gather the magical energy needed to break the seal on the arm. Alexia declared they must inform her sister, certain this proof would finally make her listen. The spirit was surprised to learn the two were sisters who apparently didn't communicate well. Alexia clarified that they had talked, but her concerns were always dismissed. Her sister, Iris, had brushed off her warnings and then vanished after the festival. But now, with this book, she had undeniable proof. The spirit wished her good luck, its work now complete. Alexia, her objective achieved, immediately turned on the spirit, calling it a disgusting fatso. Gratitude was clearly not her strong suit. With no time to waste, the girls decided to leave, Alexia snatching the book. She clutched her prize, ready to confront her sister. Their escape was cut short. A voice informed them that taking a restricted tome outside the library was grounds for expulsion. They turned to face the head librarian, Sairyuu, who declared that as the one in charge, he could not overlook their transgression. They had been caught. Claire, in a brilliant flash of panic, suggested they get rid of the body. Sairyuu dryly noted that murder would result in consequences far more severe than expulsion. Alexia frantically tried to explain they had a good reason. Sairyuu smiled, agreeing to a long chat. He had a few questions of his own. His promise of a chat was immediately followed by the entire room shattering around them. The girls were shocked. This was just like a previous attack, complete with a thick fog and a strange, sweet smell. Claire knew they had what they needed. She told Alexia to drop the book. They stood back to back, realizing they were surrounded. 7 cloaked figures emerged from the fog, and it was quite clear they weren't here for a chat. Claire readied herself for a fight. An attacker lunged. Claire dodged with ease. She used the attacker's own momentum to launch herself into the air. She landed, sword now in hand. With a single fluid motion, she cut down her opponent. Tossing her sword to her friend, Claire took charge. Alexia caught it expertly. Claire announced she would handle most of their assailants. Alexia's job was to focus on the man in charge, Sairyuu. The librarian came at her with a powerful slash. Their blades met with a resounding clang. Alexia quipped about his dangerous weapon, wondering what happened to the pen being mightier than the sword. Sairyuu retorted that words were for paper. In the real world, they fight with swords. The duel raged on. Sairyuu was genuinely surprised. The princess was far more skilled than he remembered. He noted that the last time they'd met, her technique was a mere copy of her sister's. But now he could feel other influences in her style. He then glanced over at the other fight, recognizing her companion as Claire Kagenoh. He was astounded. He never expected the festival winner to possess such strange and overwhelming power, having reduced 7 of his men to a defeated heap on the floor. Claire knew he had seen the power of Aurora that she was borrowing. She defiantly asked what he was going to do about it. With the minions defeated, the girls declared the tables had turned. Sairyuu's plans were foiled. He simply called them naive. His confidence was immediately explained as Claire suddenly collapsed, her body weakened by the sweet-smelling fog that had been filling the room all along.